All right. Since we are live, let's check it out. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Much love to the chat. Those of y'all that's in the building early. Smash the like button as you come on in. Smash the like button as you come on in. We're going to talk a little boxing in the AM. Share the video. Spread the word to the ends of the earth. 78 Sports TV is live, you dig? And it is Monday. So we know we got the sister Ashley's Corner in the building. What's up, Ash?
What is good with you, yo? What's good, 78? What's happening to the chat? Man, I feel good. I feel better about boxing than I've been feeling for the last year and a half. I feel good. And I knew that I would. When Earl Spence came back. But now he coming back fighting fucking Terence ass. Terence? Oh my gosh, yo. Terence was coming for that motherfucking belt.
Yes, indeed.
Salute, yo. Salute, yo. I'm ready, yo. I'm so fucking ready to talk about this shit. And I'm gonna be talking about this shit all the way until they fight. I'm talking about shorts, videos, lives, bruh. I'm about to be petty too, and I don't give a fuck, yo. He deserved it. I don't care. And it's a lot of Bud fans out this bitch acting like Earl was the one doing it. Man, fuck that. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know exactly what time it is. And he sat there and admitted Bob did the shit. You admitted Bob did the shit. You sat there and sued Bob and said he didn't secure the fight. People still running around talking about it was Al Heyman. How the fuck was it Al Heyman? That's how I'm doing. What's good with y'all?
Right.
That's how I'm doing.
Let me do a quick roll call to the chat, see who in the building. Salute to Charles Jameson. I see you in the building, homie. It's just boxing. Salute. Jalen Hudson. Stephen L. the Mizak in the building. Miami Stupid 305. Southpaw Boxing 77. Brandon Adam Perry. The homie Live Life Real in the building. Black Attack. Craig L. King Strick. Almighty Law. Frank from the Land. Felix Nunez. Demond Kennedy. Coach 67 Sports TV in the building. Main Event Mark in the building. Jeff the producer. Justin Jacobs. My brother Joe Townsend always coming through representing the Young Money and the Magic, you dig? Make sure y'all go check it out. OnlyFans.com/Money and Magic XXX. JC in the building. Charles Jameson. New Fat Boy Fitness in the building. ILG Jones. Dane Watson. The lovely brown sugar Tay-Tay is in the building. Y'all must have forgot Young Mustafa up in this joint. The Architect One. Rod Neal. Jay Grant Jr. Sheldon, LDBC and Nothing is in the building. The Dirt Gang Boss. All around strong. No, I'm sorry, bro. Around the world. I don't know why I keep doing that. Let me see here. Keon Jackson. Soul Power, a.k.a. Gamed Up Kennels, is in the building. Cano Loco, what's happening with the homie? Mark Swift. Forest City Bulldogs. Salute. Aaron Percy. MJ Total Health and Wellness Enrichment. D Quest. Real to Real. Asiatic Soldier. Terrell Coldwell. All right, y'all can't read anybody, man. Jerry Green in the building. Salute to everybody up in here, though, y'all. Appreciate all y'all in here. Smash the like button, get it up. The likes all the way up. Happy Memorial Day to all of y'all just out there, you know. Memorial Day is an important holiday. A lot of people ignore this holiday, but it's important, man. You know what I'm saying? To me it is, you know what I'm saying? It's important, baby, because it's about fallen soldiers, you know what I'm saying? So regardless of how you feel about the military, you got to appreciate a motherfucker that's willing to go murk something for your ass, you know what I'm saying? You got to appreciate it, especially if they're willing to die for it. You know, regardless of what your politics is or what you believe and all this old shit, you only believe that shit because somebody fighting for your right to believe that shit. Understand it and respect it. All right. So, Ashley, I gotta go to you first. You know, we got some wonderful, wonderful news. You know, Earl, the Truth, Spence, and Terrence Bud Crawford have figured out how to get this fight done. It's going down July 29th. It's legit. It's really finna fucking happen. It took me like, I was in shock for like 2 days. I'm just like, nah, whatever. I don't believe this shit. They trying to trick me again. Motherfuckers playing with my emotions, goddammit. You know.
Your emotions.
And then I settled in. I said, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. She's really gonna give me some pussy. She's really gonna give me some pussy. Right? So how do you feel? How do you feel when the realization hit in that we get this fight?
Man, I had doubts like shit. Like I was saying it wasn't happening, but still tuning into everybody live, everybody video that they made about the shit. It's like I wanted it to be real, but I didn't want to get duped again. So it felt like everybody was just doing what they was doing. Like they reaching for the fight too. So I understand any little bit of news, people gonna report on it. You know what I'm saying? So I was already used to the disappointment. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard everybody say that they really fighting, I was like, nah, y'all lying. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been lied to, I should say. Y'all been lied to. Ain't nobody fighting or whatever. Then I seen Bud come out with it. When I seen Bud come out with it, my first thought was, yeah, he always wanted to be first. You know what I'm saying? Like, it felt like if Earl came out with the news or anybody else, he would be like, nah, I'm going to wait a couple more months. I ain't making a fight. Like, it seemed like he wanted the attention. Like, the person that didn't want the fight to happen was the first one to call the fight out to happen, was like a boost to all the casual fans that he made the fight. That's what it seemed like on the outside. So I see why he did it, and it made me even more mad. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, fight might be on if he said the shit, but I'm still waiting on my man. When Earl said that shit, I was like, man, please. I had to sleep on it. And the next morning, I was putting out shorts. It was over.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, man, so it's going down. It's in Vegas. Long time coming to get here. But now we finally getting it, so we can focus on the fight. We can focus on because you know what's the crazy part about this fight is this is one of the few fights that I don't remember a lot of people's actual predictions of the fight on breakdowns of the fight. I remember everybody arguing about why we're not getting the fight. You know what I'm saying? And all the politics that was involved. But I'm trying to like remember, like, damn, how did whatchamacallit had the fight going? You know, I can't remember none of that. So I hopefully now that we get the fight, everybody can get a actual predictions and breakdowns on what they see going forward, because you know that's the nerd part of the shit that's exciting to me. It's the you know, hear people's different breakdowns and different scenarios of what's gonna happen. What's up, my brother Willie Lowe? I see you in the building, homie. You know what I'm saying? Get well soon to the brother Willie Lowe. Willie had a motorcycle accident. He'll be all right. Gonna bounce back. You dig? So my brother D McGee. My brother D McGee in the Cash App. Appreciate the love, D McGee. All right. So now, my question for this is, will Earl Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford live up to the hype? First, let's get your prediction, Ashley, and then we'll go from there.
Well, my prediction changed. The only thing didn't change is the outcome. I have Earl winning, of course. That's my number one favorite fighter. Been my number one favorite fighter before he turned pro. But the way I was thinking about it is different. Like at first, I was like, man, it's 7-round fight. You know what I'm saying? Since the car accident, not necessarily a layoff, but since he hasn't fought in probably a year and some change, and he's been chasing this fight and all the stuff that's been going on with him, he said that he had PTSD. I honestly think this is going to go 12 rounds. And I'll give you another reason why I think that. Okay. Sean Porter had 2 training camps for Earl Spence. 2. back-to-back training camps. Him and his father admitted they had 2 training camps, basically.
Right.
And then they fought Errol Spence. And Errol Spence fought to his level. That's why he was on the back foot, because all Shawn Porter does is come forward. And he still made him miss a bunch of times, knocked him down, had a great fight, beat him at his own game. But it went 12 rounds. When it comes to the same fighter fighting Bud, and at the time, he had 1 training camp, and it was said that he wanted to retire after fighting Errol Spence, but he still had 2-3 fights after that, include one of them fights being Bud. He didn't really train the way he was supposed to train for that fight. His legs gave out, his legs was gone. And you can't be Showtime Shawn Porter without your legs. That's what he does. He moves his legs, he goes forward, he uses angles, he moves lateral, all that shit. He uses legs to get out of the way of punches. If you don't have your legs, you cannot be Shawn Porter no more. That man was Podcast Porter in the ring that night versus Bud, and it damn near went 12 rounds if the father didn't throw in the towel, didn't stop the fight. What was it, the 10th round or the 11th round he stopped the fight? He could have made it out. He could have made it out by avoiding him. He was up on the scorecards before the knockdown. All throughout for the first to the 9th round, Shawn was up on the scorecards by all the refs. I mean, the judges. He was up on the scorecards. And it could have went 12 rounds. But like I said, he ain't even trained for that fight, and he could have went 12 rounds with Bud. For real. If he would have trained the way he trained when he fought Errol Spence, he probably wouldn't even got knocked down. What he was doing in the slower motion was working against Bud. He was doing that shit fast as hell versus EJ and still lost that fight. In my opinion, was still losing that fight.
Right.
So I feel as though the fight can go 12 rounds. I really do. I really feel as it can go 12 rounds. And if it don't go 12 rounds and the fight gets stopped, I honestly gonna believe it's because of an injury. I believe the doctor's gonna stop the fight early because Bud gonna have an injury. That's what I really, really think. Because when Kell Brook fought Bud, his eye looked like it was separating, like right here, and it was going 2 different directions. And there was only 3.5 rounds worth of work. He stopped him in the 4th round. You know what I'm saying? So Earl said he gonna step to him immediately. He might dust that boy off in 3 rounds and really have him hurt. But I think I'm gonna give Bud more credit than that. I don't think he can stop him in 3 rounds. I don't think he can stop him when Bud is starting slow. You know what I'm saying? 3 rounds is in the bag. That's slow. The 4th round is when you start picking it up. You know what I'm saying? When fighters start slow. I don't see him stopping Bud in 3 rounds. So I can see him hurting the shit out of him, though. I can see him maybe dropping him. I can see him maybe injuring him. And then Bud having to fight the rest of the fight, trying to get up on rounds. But Derek James is a very smart man. Errol Spence usually sticks to the game plan. If they get Bud up on them first 4 rounds and they have him trying to fight back, bro, all Earl really need to do is box youngin. When championship rounds come, go for gusto. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, or 10th, 11th, 12th, go with gusto. He can win that fight just by boxing the shit out of Bud, Mr. Get Back My Hit. Like, that's why I really think this fight can go 12 rounds, because versus top competition, Earl went 12 rounds. He don't have Blu-ray. I don't think he's training with Blu-ray. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but that was said by Blu-ray, and Earl agreed and said, yeah, I got most of my knockouts when I was with Blu-ray. So if he's not with Blu-ray and he went 12 with Danny and he went 12 with Shawn Porter, I'm just being logical. I think this fight could go 12 rounds with my man winning a unanimous or majority decision win. That's what I think about the fight.
Good stuff. Salute to my brother Drew Titan in the building. Just Do Boxing. Salute to everybody that's coming through here. Smash that like button, y'all. We need to have over 300 likes in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Over 300 likes. All right, so I think this is going to be a classic. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Stylistically, I think this, if people really appreciate what we get here, I think the worst thing that can happen is if these guys come in there scared of each other and we get some weird ass Mayweather Pacquiao type of shit. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think the dog and both of these dudes, the determination, both of them want to beat each other. They know what this fight is about, the bragging rights and shit. I think, like you said, Terence Crawford will start off slow. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be trying to figure out Errol Spence timing and rhythm. Earl gonna come out and win the first 3 or 4 rounds easy, right? And then I think at around the 3rd or 4th round, you're gonna see a switch from Terence Crawford. And so by this time, Earl gonna be up 3 or 4 rounds. Crawford gonna switch. He's gonna start being active, and he's gonna win some rounds. I think Crawford gonna win 2, 3 rounds in a row. All right, and it's gonna be an even fight going into the 7th round. I think probably about an even fight going into the 7th round, and I think it's gonna be a technical chess match. Technical chess match. In the ways that I'm gonna tell you, the greatest, just my opinion, the greatest technical boxing match I ever seen in my life, and I can watch this fight every anybody that's a boxing fan, I will make them watch this fight. If you want to know what high level boxing is from 2 high level fighters, right? Defense, offense, slipping, pivoting, turning. My goodness, Mike McCallum versus James Toney 1. All these fights was good, but Mike McCallum versus James Toney 1, I think that fight was in 1991, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I think it was 91. You watch that fight, you're going to see some of the best fucking boxing you ever seen in your life. Hard punches. These motherfuckers thumping. Boom, 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 boom. Going at it. Slipping jabs. Taking shots. Unfucking believable boxing. And I'm hoping that we see something to that caliber between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. So like I said, I think going into the second half, it's going to be an even fight. And then I think it's going to come down to a mistake. I think it's tit for tat. But then it comes down to a mistake. I think that Crawford gets comfortable on the inside, banging with Earl. And I think Crawford gets dropped with a short left hand by Errol Spence. And I believe that that's going to be the difference in the fight when it comes to the judges. And I think it's going to be go to the scorecards, and Errol Spence will win a split decision or a close majority decision. It's going to be controversial. Bud fans going to feel like he got fucked over. And they're going to demand a rematch. And then, bam, we in the money for a second one.
Isn't that in the contract? I don't know the ins and outs of contracts. All I know is it was 50-50 as far as the purses and the money and stuff. And the loser has to activate a rematch within 30 days. That's all I know about the contract.
Yep. That's what they got. Two-way rematch clause. We don't know what the purse split is and none of that. But that's what they got for the rematch. Knockers in a super chat. Appreciate the love. Coming through with the 5-piece, man. Salute. He said, salute 78 and Ashley. I have Spence by decision. It's hard to see either guy getting blown out. Potential fight of the decade. Yeah, man. Right. Listen, even though Mike McCallum and James Toney was middleweights, if this fight is anything like that, I'm gonna be happy. Anything like that, even like half as good as that, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be fucking ecstatic, and I'm gonna be in love with boxing again. You know what I mean? So anybody who never watched that fight between Mike McCallum and James Toney won the first fight, watch that fight. It's your popcorn. You're gonna watch that shit and be like, yo, these motherfuckers. I guarantee you, both of them move up on your all-time list. You watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you know who they are and what they've done. You know what I'm saying? Mike McCallum was the older guy at the time, like 35, 36 years old, and James Toney was a young gun, 23 or 24 years old, and them boys were thumping. You know what I'm saying? But these two guys, both older, both in their 30s, both of them high level, high skilled. Regardless of what you feel about Crawford, we ain't gonna sit here and chump off Crawford and act like he's trash. We're not gonna do that because you know the boy can fight. Crawford got 100% knockout ratio at welterweight. So even if you feel like he ain't fought nobody at welterweight, the motherfucker can crack, bro. So You know what I mean? What we don't want to do is underestimate Crawford. He come up in here,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? Come up here, and
Facts.
then you got then the post fight video is gonna be something else. You come out here underestimate Crawford, and this motherfucker come out here and fuck around and drop Earl or some shit because you know he's capable of doing it.
Facts. And you don't want to discredit a fighter that your favorite fighter is his opponent. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because then he get no credit for the win. You know what I'm saying? I seen somebody in the comment section say, "Well, Bud hit a lot harder than Sean." Well, Earl hit a lot harder than Sean too, and it looked like Sean was having more success with a half-ass training camp than he was having with 2 training camps versus Earl Spence. He ain't never really hit Earl and knock him back the way he knocked Bud back. And when it looked like Earl hit the ropes, that's why they showed the slow-mo in between rounds. Their feet got tangled. It wasn't because of a punch. It's because his foot got tripped and he landed back on the ropes and came back swinging. Like, nah, that's not what happened with Sean versus Bud, though. He came forward one of them times and had Bud like this, and then he was covering up. There was no punches thrown after he hit the ropes. Like, it's different, man. It's different. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Earl Spence and Bud, I think that's going to be a classic-ass fight as well, especially since they're having 2, and it might be a damn trilogy, and I'm with it. The biggest thing that Bud did is make Earl in his fight 50-50 out of his whole damn career. That shit was amazing when I heard that shit was a 50-50 fight. That was the only way Bud could have signed that damn contract, as if it was 50-50, like he said. I don't know if it's 60-40, if that fight ever gonna happen, unless it's 60-40 in my way. And I remember him going on somebody's damn podcast, and it was like, well, would you fight Earl if he offered you 50-50? And he said, no. And here we are. For real, Bud and his fans been looking for a way to discredit Earl Spence in all types of ways, in all angles, okay? And the truth is, honestly, if Earl Spence was such an easy fight, it wouldn't matter if he's going into the Hall of Fame or not. You about to get back-to-back undisputed at 140 and 147? Never been done. And all you had to do was fight Jeff Horn and Earl Spence? Are you fucking shit? He would have been did it. I'm not trying. Y'all, just for the fans that really believe in Bud like that, if you want us to believe you really believe in Bud like that, then you should already know in the back of your head he should have been took that fight, because Earl is easy pickings. Just like Julius and Dongo. Easy pickings. Just like Jeff Horn. Easy pickings. But he didn't. He wanted the money. That's what it's about. Right. I'm not trying to hear no legacy type shit. He wanted the cash.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Lawrence RBE in the super chat showing love. Appreciate the support, homie, coming through with the 5-piece. He says, how confident the fight will he said, how confident the fight will happen if Crawford starts slow, it plays into Spence's hands because he will inflict body damage. I got Spence with the stoppage, okay? Yeah, man, I mean, that's what we're all thinking based off of the history of these guys. But, you know, Earl Spence said in the interview, he said, look, as soon as that bell rings, he's stepping. So that might encourage Crawford to lock horns with him, and we fuck around and end up seeing some Hagler Hearn shit in the first round. I mean, I doubt it. I'm just wishing for some exciting shit, but we fuck around and get some shit like that. Lord have mercy. Let me see here. D. Luckett in the super chat. Appreciate the support, homie. Said Derrick James throw in the towel. Spence getting some work. A word? You think Derrick James gonna throw in the towel? I doubt it. What's up, KQKC boxing in the building? What it do, KQ? Salute to everybody that's in the building. Let me see here. Opulent LD in the super chat. Salute, fam. He said EJ by Omaha Eye. Damn. The man said Omaha Eye. That's what y'all doing now? Y'all giving it the Omaha Eye now. Wee. Well, I tell you what. Do you think the fight actually is gonna live up to the hype? You know what I'm saying? As far as is he going to justify the wait?
Is who going? You talking about both fighters going to justify
Is
waiting
this
for
fight,
so long?
the excitement in this fight, is it going to justify the wait? Is it going to be worth the wait to you?
I think it is. I think it is because questions will be answered. If not all questions will be answered. It's going to give fans a little bit of leeway, especially when fans already know there's going to be a second fight. Like, I think this going to be up there just because of that reason. Fans already know it's no secret. Fans already know the loser. And that's what makes it better. The loser got to activate that rematch clause in the 30 days. Let's see if Bud wants to do it because his ass is going down. I'm not trying to hear that shit. His ass is grass. I'm not trying to hear that shit, bruh. You might as well pick up Bud and throw him in the tall grass, never to be seen again out this motherfucker. It's over for Bud. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Like I said 3 years ago, Bud ain't gonna do nothing more in his career besides what he already fucking did. If he move up to 154, he ain't getting shit. I'm not trying to hear nothing. You're not with Bob no more. You don't have your already gimme WBO belt with them sorry ass top 15 that's in the WBO got the weakest ass fighters damn near in every fucking division. You can't even tell me I'm lying. Them same fighters that be in that sanctioning body don't be in no other sanctioning body in the damn weight class. That's how you know they trash. That's how you know they Bob Aaron's Pickens out this bitch. Some top rank ass energy, man. Not trying to hear that shit. His ass is losing out this motherfucker. And everybody's gonna want to see it because of all the arguing, the bickering, the back and forth, the cussing people out, that I'm not friends no more. I'm not coming to your channel. I unsub. All of that bullshit over this fight. They're going to want to see it just to put shit to rest, just to say, just to fucking make fun, just to say, I told you so. People want to watch this fight for petty reasons.
Oh, yeah. Facts. That's a fact.
Let alone than other shit. They're going to watch this goddamn fight, and they know the second fight's going to happen regardless, yo. They've been talking about this fight for how long? Has it been 3 years? 4 years? People been making lives about this video about this fight. And it hasn't been one step to being close for 4 years straight. Not one step to being close to happening. But people still talk about it for 4 years straight. Man, it's going to give people a whole new list of things to talk about after seeing the fight. Man, everybody going to tune into this, man. This might be top 5. It might beat Ryan and Tank, you know what I'm saying? Tank views. And that will make 2 of my favorite fighters at the top of the list when it comes to pay-per-view sales, man. For real, just is what it is, yo. Errol Spence is one of the best in the game. I always said he was a breath of fresh air. Every time I heard him talk, he just sound different than the other fighters. He just sound like he wanted this shit. He didn't sound like it was about money. It sounded like he really wanted to be undisputed at 147 so much this motherfucker haven't fought in a whole year. Because he wanted to be he wanted to be a man of his word, and the next person he fight was Bud, and he did everything. He did all the heavy lifting. He did all of this, and I feel like it was kissing ass because he don't like this motherfucker, but he talked to Bud on the phone, and it's because of Bud. Bud want to be this motherfucker's friend. Like when Bud and Earl seen each other at that Top Rank event, I said it then, years ago. Bud was trying to be this dude's friend. He was making jokes and looking at Earl to see if he laughed at him and shit. Bro, you want to be his friend. You like him. You really a fan. For real. You really do like him. You want to be and now y'all talking on the phone about what? It's not that much to talk about. One phone conversation, maybe 2. That's all it takes to make the fight. And I'm more than sure they've been talking more than that because he want to be friends with Errol Spence. And at the same time, throwing all them phone conversations, Earl still tweeted, I feel like I'm being played or lied to or something that he wrote. Bruh. A phony individual by far, from over there that you're not around, you can see that they're phony because how they treat and say shit to you. But when you on the phone talking to this motherfucker, yo, you know more about this dude. He don't like Bud, yo. I'm not trying to hear that. He don't like Bud at all. He don't like his personality. He don't like the way he talk. He don't like that his hair's nappy. He don't like his complexion. He don't like that nigga. I'm not trying to hear that shit. For whatever reason it is, he does not like Bud. And because of that reason, Bud ass is grass. And everybody's gonna watch this fight because of that reason. When the second fight happened, it's gonna be probably more people at that fight than it is the first one. I'm telling you, this shit is about to be real good. Good.
Yeah. I just wish, only thing I wish, I mean, I understand the first fight, neutral ground, they're gonna have it in Vegas. But that second fight, I think that shit should have been in Dallas. It should have been in a big ass stadium. But I know that's, people gonna feel some type of way. Snacks B in the super chat showing love, much appreciation. Says I need that fight to be like Holyfield Quadri. Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be a good one. That'd be a monster fight. Dion Williams in the super chat coming through with the 5-piece. Appreciate the love. He says, Ashley, you nailed it. Bud had history waiting at his doorstep by winning 2 fights. He had history at his doorstep by winning 2 fights. Spence and Charlo, if you believed, you will make it happen. Salute. Let me see what else we got in here. Make sure I ain't forget nobody. Todd French 600 in the super chat. Appreciate the support with the 5-piece, homie. He says, Bud is more age on him, and his legs are not what they used to be. They will be fighting in the phone booth. Slow breakdown by EJ. Bud is on lazy legs. All right. Now don't listen. You saying that? I'm telling you. Remember they said that about Floyd Mayweather before the Guerrero fight. Floyd, his legs is gone. He shot, man. His legs ain't the same because Floyd's previous fight, he was in the pocket. He said his legs gone. He went up in there with a Guerrero and was moving around the ring. He was moving beautifully. So we don't know yet. Lawrence RBE in the super chat showing love. Appreciate the support. He says, I don't want to hear Bud agent excuses. I hear that. I don't want to hear no excuses either. But that's another thing. We got to get to that. That's another thing I want to ask you about. Let me get to the super chat. My brother, the Cali Enigma, in the super chat. What to do, Cali? He says, I think this fight will be a split decision draw. He says, which will make the rematch even bigger. It would have been better if both fights were in Atlanta. Oh, that'd been dope. That'd been super dope in Atlanta. But you know what, Cali? I'm putting money on the draw. Because I think it's gonna be that type of fight. Split decision, win for Earl, or a draw. That's how I see it. A draw, and the odds for a draw should be good. Should be able to make some good money. I shouldn't even say it nothing. Not everybody gonna bet.
Nah, it's all right. I don't know if half of these people must have came in late, but I said the fight is gonna go 12 rounds. If I said that he was going to destroy him, I would have never said it was going to go 12 rounds. I never said the fight wasn't 50-50. Like, people in this chat, y'all don't be listening. Y'all got selective listening, man. You got selective hearing, bro. I never said the fight wasn't 50-50. Both of us sat here and said that Bud is the shit. And y'all sat there in the chat and said, y'all acting like Bud is a scrub. Bruh, whatever.
Mel Cool J in the super chat. Coming through with the 2-piece. Appreciate the love. He says, thank you, Ash. Dev still beating Tank ass, but thank you. yeah, let her know.
Yo, salute to you, y'all. I fuck with that. Yo, keep your loyalty. I fuck with it.
Yes, indeed. Ultraman, what's happening with the homie? Coming through with the 5-piece. Appreciate the love. He said, what up, 78? Salute, homie. Let me see. What's up, female boxing fan? One, I see you in the building, sister. Main event Mark, salute. Somebody else I want to give a shout out to. I seen somebody in here. But salute to everybody that's in the building. All right. What's the other question I was going to ask you? Was the excuses. Okay. Now, already on one of my other live streams, I was getting super chats, people asking me questions about excuses. Right? Now, me personally, this is me, my stance. I'm not going to accept no excuses after this fight from anybody. If EJ lose the fight, he lose. I'm not going to be saying no shit about oh, EJ was in the car accident. EJ eye was messed up. Man, nah, bro. I don't want to hear none of that because EJ is a grown man. He a warrior. This man ain't took no tune up. He coming in here to whoop some ass. Okay? And that he capable of doing that. We can see him do it. So AG don't need no fucking excuse. If Terrence Crawford get his ass whooped, he lose, then I don't want to hear nothing about Terrence Crawford is old. You know what I'm saying? Or they aged him out or some crazy wild shit. No. Crawford just knocked out. He been whooping people's ass, bro. Knocking out everybody. We don't need that shit. How you feel about the excuses? Do you think it's any justifiable excuses before this fight?
Well, since there's a lot of casuals that watch boxing, Earl can have a lot of excuses because of the car accident, because of this, that, you know what I'm saying, and the layoff. That's not like Earl. Earl usually fight 2-3 times a year, stays in the gym and all of that shit, so it's different for him. When it comes to Bud, I feel like Bud chose the route that he went, and Bud held up the fight. So there's no excuses for Bud. As far as me as a diehard and rest of diehard fans, there's no excuses for neither one of them. Earl chose not to have a tune-up fight and get right into this just like he did with Danny Garcia. So that's his choice, and I'm going to stand by my favorite fighter, being that that's his choice. But when it comes to Bud chose his shit too. Like, it's nothing that happened to Bud. He had no injury. There was no outside wrecks. There was nothing that happened to him. He chose not to sign to fight him because he thought Manny was better. He thought Keith Thurman was better. So those are the two people that he called out. He didn't fight Keith Thurman. Nobody did. Keith was talking about fighting Conor McGregor at the time. And Manny Pacquiao, I understand that. You wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao because Manny is who he is. But, bro, like, you never wanted to fight Errol Spence. You said you going to the Hall of Fame without him. You said this, you said that. You said, oh, he don't want this and he don't want that. I want 60% and to 40, even though he got 3 titles. And this, I heard him talking about, I didn't even see the whole interview with $1 million worth of game. I just heard the little part about, him saying, I think one of them, Gilly, said that, that Earl had the better resume. And Bud was like, what, overall at 147? He was like, at 147. So when he said Earl fought Danny, he stopped him and he was like, I love doing this shit. And he said, who did Danny fight to make him number 1? I can ask the same question. Bud, who did you fight to make your opponents number 1? But beyond that, the bottom line is, and I'll make a video about this shit. The bottom line is, it don't matter what the fuck you think. If it mattered what fighters thought, who was the best fighters, none of these motherfuckers would be in push. It would be the fighters we think is the best. But for real, what only matters is who is pushing that shit. If old media say they the best, duh. That's why Lomachenko didn't have to fight a damn soul and he could beat Muhammad Ali. He was better than Muhammad Ali. We could beat Floyd Mayweather. He didn't fight a soul. Yeah, what, like 4 people on his record?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't know nothing, bud. It don't matter what you think. You think you the shit, but you don't sell. So evidently you're wrong. What matters is what old media says is the shit. That's what matters. At the time, old media wasn't talking about Keith Thurman not fighting nobody ass, but you called him out anyway. When it comes to Manny, okay, cool. But Keith Thurman? The other person that held the title at the time was Errol Spence, and you didn't want to touch him with the torch of Gondor. You didn't want to touch him at all. You didn't even want to talk about that motherfucker. They brung him up. You was like, he's not the guy. Keith Thurman's the guy. Now, question again. Who did Keith Thurman fight to make him the motherfucker? Seriously. And people talk about, what's his name? Roy Jones was like, oh, well, I haven't seen Errol Spence on the big stage. I seen Bud with the Ray Beltrans of the world and the Gamboas of the world. Are you kidding me? Ray Beltran and Gamboa? Really, Roy Jones Jr.? Them the 2 people that you say that, you know, that's what make me know that he's good on the man. Fuck Ray Beltran, old ass, and got stopped by Richard Comey and Pedraza. Pedraza's tank leftovers, since people talking about leftovers in the chat. Pedraza is Tank's leftovers. First person to stop him. But that's who y'all want to talk about. Bruh, this everything that's been fucking happening all points to Bud not wanting to fucking fight until he got 50-50. Until he got 50% of what Errol Spence worked for. If it was about legacy, he would have fought that motherfucker right after Jeff Horn. But okay, if he had his own shit right after Ugas, he would have fought for that undisputed. Are you kidding me? There's nothing to talk about. Oh yeah, got to talk about that split. That split ain't right. Got to talk about that money. That's what the fuck mattered.
All right, let me go to D Luckett. D Luckett in the super chat showing love, much appreciation, homie. He says age is a condition, not a number. Spence is older. I guess he's trying to say Spence body or damage or something. Let me see here. Ron J in the super chat. Appreciate the love, fam. Let's see here. Make sure I ain't forgot nobody.
Yep, exactly. Terrell says Thurman beat everyone Spence beat. Okay, then. So if Thurman's the guy that he called out immediately, how come you didn't call out Earl immediately? It's the same shit. You can't even use that shit as an excuse. It's the same shit. I can say that shit about your fighters. I can say that shit about Earl. I can say it about you. So what? But that doesn't matter. It matters who old media names their successor. We all know and call Boots a cheat code, but where the fuck is he when it comes to old media?
Right. Yes, indeed. All right. Now, what you say, Ashley? You say you was going to talk about the split?
Man, the split is the reason why Bud took this fight, in my opinion. That and the fact that Ryan and Tank did the numbers that they did so he could see how much money. Because this is all about, you remember the $20 million guarantee? Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about. $20 million guarantee. Bro, he probably got wind that they made $30 million that night. Damn near a piece. Yo, I'm telling you, Bud was sitting at home watching that fight, looking at the numbers like, man, I'll whoop Gervonta's ass. I'll beat Ryan's ass. Yeah, you can beat everybody's ass, but you ain't getting that paycheck. Man, sign that contract. Stop fucking playing. You know how you look at people that's lesser than yourself getting more than you? Like, man, I'll whoop their ass. This is boxing, people. This is boxing. He sat there and was looking at them two little motherfuckers like, man, I'll whoop both of their asses. Yeah, bro, but you got to sign that contract and fight Errol Spence if you want that paycheck. You talking about a guarantee of 20. They made $30 million. They had to. They had to make $30 million off of that shit, yo. They had to. Now, if he's really talking about the money and really caring about the motherfucking money, it's like, if these two little motherfuckers can make this much money and Ryan never fought, let's talk about his logic. Who did somebody fight to be the man? Who the fuck did Ryan fight to even get a fight with Gervonta Davis? Right. I really want to answer that. Who he fight? Who did Ryan Garcia fight to get this fight with Gervonta Davis? Nobody. Nobody. You know why? Because old media named him the successor of that fucking weight class with Lomachenko. But Lomachenko was off in war, and he was over there, and the commentators was over there saying how good looking Ryan was, how fast and flashy he was with the hand. They named him the successor, and Tank came and molded him down via kind of Floyd Mayweather style. You say this is the man, cool, I'm gonna go beat the man. It doesn't matter what fighters think. You understand what I'm saying? It matters what old media and what casuals think is the man. Because regardless of what you do to whoever you claim are great fighters, they ain't gonna respect it until you beat who they say is gonna beat your ass. That's the only time. Tank fought Ryan because they kept saying Ryan was gonna beat his ass. And look what the showing came out. Who did Bud fight that everybody was like, yo, he's gonna beat Bud's ass? Nobody. The only Earl and Bud need each other. Earl been knew it. Bud just realizing it. That's why he signed the fucking contract, because he knows he might get that $20 million or more if he fight Errol Spence Jr. But this whole trying to blame it on Al Heyman after you had a failed attempt over and over again to make the fight with your own promoter on Top Rank on Bob Arum is disrespectful. Y'all want to talk about how people act towards man, Bob is white and Al is black. So y'all put your own logic to that shit. It is what it is, bruh. He is the reason why the fight didn't happen up until now. It's because he wanted more money. Period. That's really what it was. I don't think it was anything else. That motherfucker wanted more money. He didn't care about the legacy of having back-to-back undisputed, because he know Earl ain't a walk in the park. And I'll say it again. At first, I was saying Earl was going to stop him in 7 rounds years ago, before this, that, and the third happened. Now, after the car accident, the eye surgery, this, that, and the third, not fighting for a year, I said the fight's going the distance. So does that mean I'm saying Bud's a scrub? Like, really? Really?
Yeah, they tripping. Corey McGrawan in the super chat coming through with the 20-piece chicken nugget. Appreciate the support, homie. He says, this is for a big block of government cheese on that sandwich. Thank you, brother. Thank you, sir. We got Kareem's Boxing News in the super chat. Appreciate the support. He says, Earl stops Bud in 11. Salute. Appreciate that support. And we got on the Cash App. Hold on. Saint Cruiser. Yeah, Saints in the Cash App. Saints in the Cash App says, prediction on pay-per-view buys. Man, I think the fight will sell. I don't know how much it's gonna sell.
How much did Ryan and Tank sell as far as
that did 1.4?
Who's it 1.2? 1.4. I'm gonna say it's gonna do at least $1 million.
Yeah.
At least $1 million. At least $1 million. I didn't know about the last numbers. I don't do numbers, but I think it's gonna do at least $1 million for sure. Minimum.
Yeah. I say that. I agree with that. 1 million pay-per-views, at least. I think that they got to hit these. They got to do a press tour. They got to do a press tour if they want to maximize it. They shouldn't just rely on fans to be excited. You got to get out there and keep motherfuckers excited, because you got to remember, y'all wore people down with this fight. Y'all play with people's emotions and shit. A lot of people still pissed off and salty behind it. So y'all got to go out there and give people some excitement. You need us. Like, I had some dude come to my video this morning talking about why is it making news? Bud talking about Charlo and Boots. Why is this even news? Motherfucker, it's news because your ass is over here commenting on it. Okay,
right?
You need motherfuckers. You need them type of situations. You need controversy. They need to have the more interaction Bud and Spence have, the more likely we're gonna have some fireworks at these press conferences, which gonna lead the fans to talking about it more. That's what the fuck you need to sell this fight.
Facts. That's a fact. And when I went back to see how many people that was actually rooting for Ryan to beat Tank, that's the reason why it sold so well. It has a lot of. I'm not even mad. I'm glad a lot of y'all think Bud is gonna beat Earl. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of retired fighters think Bud is going to beat Earl. That's how I know it's going to sell. Mm-hmm. They're going to watch this shit. They're going to come out to watch this shit.
Yep. That's a good point. Now, look, most of the older fighters that I've seen are picking Terence Crawford to beat Bud. Most of the legends. Right? So, does that make you feel nervous at all about your prediction, or is it just these niggas is out of touch and out of time?
I think they out of touch and out of time. I really, you know how on the Boondocks they had that song, "You Just Mad Cause Your Ass Is Old." Like, I really think that has something to do with how they feel. No bullshit. No, and I'm not. It's funny and it's a joke, but I'm being dead serious with it, because I seen some hate coming from Sean Porter just a little bit one day. Sean Porter was like, well, when Earl started coming, I think it was Sean that said it. And Sean not even that old. I don't even know why he said it. But he was like, when they were coming up, their social media was really popping, so they can show who they are and be more of a star, more than other fighters could. It's the same shit. Them old timing fighters, when social media wasn't popping or wasn't there at all, there was no YouTube. You know what I'm saying? There was no YouTube when they were fighting and stuff. I think they're mad at that. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that EJ touched Floyd a little bit in sparring, and Floyd has nothing but nice things to say about him. I think the jealousy is on a lot of retired fighters, and it's just petty. It's surface level jealousy. It's not nothing real deep, but they're just being petty by saying the shit that they saying. I heard old retired fighters talk down on Wilder. I'm like, for what? Like, what's the reason to say the shit that you're saying? Like, I don't understand. A lot of these fighters, a lot of the retired fighters act like they had relationships with these new fighters and they fucking hate them. Like, I don't know what it is, but a lot of things that they say, they kind of take too far or don't need to be said at all. Giving your opinion is fine, but a few fighters went further than just their opinion, and they was kind of hating on a lot of talent that's coming out. And since Bud is went to the Hall of Fame induction or whatever and got his hand molded and he's supposed to be in the Hall of Fame, he's rubbing elbows with these old dudes. So they choosing Earl to hate. I really think it's a lot of people that likes Floyd Mayweather, respect Floyd Mayweather, gets hated on by other fighters for some reason. Like they're guilty by association or something. I don't even know, but nah, my opinion stands. Like I think Errol Spence is going to win this fight because a lot of people say things because of the way they feel. It's a lot of emotion that's involved with a lot of people that gives predictions on the fights. And when it comes to this fight, it's a lot of emotion involved when it comes to Earl and Bud because of all the buildup. So nah, like they can think what they think, and that's 100% fine. Like you, if Earl lose, then he lose, and I'll be waiting for his next fight for him to get his L back. But it's what loyalty look like. You know what I'm saying? A loss ain't gonna break my dude. You're not gonna break Earl. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, yo. And that's what a lot of fight fans need to get over, the fact that if a fighter lose one fight, that they not good no more. Like they stock went down or this, that, and the third. Even if it went down a little, bruh, if you lose to best competition, it shouldn't go nowhere. For real, because you lost to the best person in the, like, at least you tried to see who's the best. So I don't look at none of that, yo. I mean, I believe what I believe. I think that Errol Spence is going to win the fight for a number of reasons. For real.
Indeed. Corey McGroin back in that super chat. Salute, fam. Much love, much appreciation. Says Bo Mac going to be talking crazy at the press conference. Yeah, that's why I want to see a press conference, man. I want to see some heated ass press conferences, man. David H in the super chat. Salute, homie. Says Bud too stubborn. Can't stay boxing. It will getting rocked. Can't stay boxing and will be getting rocked. Okay. Yeah, man, we know. We're going to find out. We definitely going to find out. What's up, Dr. Mark? Salute to you. Salute to everybody in the building, man. I hope we got over 500 likes in the building. I hope y'all got shown enough respect today to smash that like button. Hit the thumbs up, ladies and gents. Tweak the algorithm. All right, Ashley, let's talk about that. The battle of the corners. Who you think got the better corner, Earl or Bud? Y'all wrong.
Oh shit. Now, Bo Mac, the double-edged spoon, as I call him. Bo Mac, the double-edged spoon, don't really have a lot to say in the corner as I've been watching. Like he don't really say that much in the corner to to Bud, you know. Maybe because, you know, Bud hasn't been fighting really top competition and there's really not much for him to say. Or maybe it's because a lot of the times, you know, he doesn't really have nothing really serious to add to the conversation. When I remember when maybe y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember somebody telling Bud that he was down on the scorecards right before he went out and dropped Sean Porter. I don't remember Bo Mac saying shit, for real. To be honest, I don't remember him saying anything. Maybe y'all can correct me on that, but I don't remember him saying shit.
Was it the Sean Porter fight? I think it was a Sean Porter fight.
Sean Porter
Bo Mac told Bud they got you losing or something. And Bud was like, I'm losing. And then Bud went out there and stopped him.
But he didn't say shit after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't tell him what to do. He didn't say shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Derrick James, man, I think Derrick James is kind of a perfectionist. Like, I really do. And that's a good thing as being a coach and a trainer. And the fact that Derrick James he was coaching Earl Spence. Charlo asked to be coached by him and has been working ever since. You got AJ came to coach by. AJ's from the UK, a heavyweight fighter. Now Ryan Garcia, if you can coach Frank Martin, if you can coach them different, they're different styles, different weight classes, different races. The man know what he's doing, y'all. And the fact that he fought professionally put an edge on him that and that's no disrespect to other coaches that didn't fight, but I just think that if you have a boss that been in your same situation and did exactly what you did, he kind of know more to help you, if you understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Right. Even in your regular work, if your boss did your job at some point in time, he'll understand more on how you feel in doing your job, or what needs to be done, or where he messed up in that position. It's so many things. It's so many jewels that he can give these fighters because he used to be one. And I heard him say when it comes to the workouts, he do them first, and then they got to do them. That's extra motivation. Bomac ain't doing no fucking workout. Bomac is not doing the workout to show them how it's done or to give them motivation to do it. I just think it's not the same. I think Derrick James has shown time and time again he's a great corner man. And the only reason why, Charlo lost is because he did not listen to the corner. He admitted that. We could tell and see that from the trainer tracks. You know what I'm saying? So, Bomac shouldn't even be in the same sentence as Derrick James, in my opinion, because Derrick James, he's fought. He still works out. He knows what he's doing. He has proof of it. And I know Bomac has been a professional fighter, and he was absolute garbage. Okay? He was absolute trash when he fought as a professional fighter. I can't say that Derrick James was trash. Derrick James has some good wins on his record, and I can tell he knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he in every fight that Frank Martin had and Earl Spence had up until today, it seems like during his trainer tracks, he gives good advice. When they stick to it, they win. Especially when this last fight happened with Frank Martin and Riviera. He said his ass right when Frank got in the corner. He said, "See, you're not doing what I told you to do." And Frank Martin said, "Yeah, I know." And he went out there and did it. And he shut that motherfucker down round after round after round after round. Like, Derrick James is the shit, man.
Yes, indeed. I agree. I think the edge in the corner clearly goes to Derrick James, Earl's side, because Derrick James has a deeper roster pedigree for us to look at as him as a trainer. When these fighters looking for a new trainer, I ain't heard not one of them go to Bomac. You know what I'm saying? They all going to Derrick James or trying to get with Derrick James. So that's to tell you right then and there, Derrick James has got the more respect from the boxing world. The Cali Enigma in the super chat showing love, much appreciation with the 5-piece, homie. Said, imagine if both fighters get dropped in the first round and the fight is close and both fighters need the 12th round to win. That's the fight I want. Hey, man, you ain't never lied, man. Because, you know, I'm telling you something, a lot of people, they want a washing. They want somebody to come out there and dominate. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, nah. I want a fucking classic, bro. I want some shit that's going to have me talk. I want to be able to brag about this fight in 30 years, right? I want to be able to brag to motherfucking young whippersnappers who 25 talking about they love boxing. I'm like, man, you wasn't there for me. You should have been there. I'll be lying to shit. I was in the building, front row, nigga. I was right there. Yeah, I'm the one who told EJ. I'm gonna be lying like a motherfucker. That's what I want. I'm gonna have them good stories. You know what I'm saying? Ty French 600 in the super chat showing love. Salute homie says Bo Mac will be there with his CCAP machine still hooked up with the IV. Oh man, y'all wrong, man. Y'all is wrong. He said EJ cooked him, had me dying. Man, y'all wrong. Y'all better get off Bo Mac Cheetos, man. Let me see here. Who we got here? David H in the super chat, appreciate the love. He says, plus Bud may want exchanges with EJ since everyone said his resume sucked. He little fought leftovers, males, trash talk, etc. could be his downfall. Yeah, I think the dog in him is going to the dog in Bud is going to get him beat. I always said that. He's gonna want to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? He got a little like Tim Bradley got that shit in him too. Like the motherfucker hit Bud good with a good shot. Bud wanted to lick back immediately. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to lick back immediately. He don't process it and say, okay, let me get my shit together. No, he go right back into the fire. And I think that is gonna be the difference in the fight. I could be wrong, but that's what I think gonna happen. Where the Bud fans at today? Y'all getting bullied and shit, man. Ashley up here bullying all the Bud fans and shit. Y'all usually be here talking shit. I don't see none of y'all motherfuckers. See, y'all that's what they're gonna do the Bud in the ring. Gonna be bullying them. What y'all trying to do, man? Let me see here. Bahari Nation, Sports Podcast, Young Abel, what it do, fam? Appreciate the love. He says, still rather be skinny than fat. Sorry, Bo Mac 78. Hey, Abel. Take that Vaseline off your fingertip. Take that Vaseline off your fingertip, weirdo. Yeah, weirdo. This nigga Abel got one long finger that always smell like booty. Like, what you doing with that finger?
Oh my god!
Hey, why your finger always smell like booty, bro? Get that Vaseline off your fingertip, homie. Get it out of here, Abel. Let me see who got the cash app. Salute to my brother ILG Jones in the cash app showing love. Much love to the homie ILG Jones in the cash app. Yeah, man. But anyway, Abel come talking shit. You know I can't laugh too hard because I'm still halfway sick. Okay. All right, no, Frank from the land, what's happening with it? I am Trill Will, what it do? All right, but all right. Let me see. What else did we not cover about this fight? Man, I'm just excited, man. I'm excited. Okay, so let me ask you this. What happens, Ashley, if your prediction is wrong? Let's say the absolute opposite. Let's say Terrence Crawford come in here and just manhandle and absolutely slaughter Errol Spence Jr. in like 2-3 rounds. Just get him up out of there. Like what is the shock level going to be like for you?
Honestly, it's hard to say because I don't really see it happening. Like I can guess to say how I would feel. If you go in there and wipe Errol Spence out quickly, I would honestly think that, Spence wasn't ready because of the layoff, and it's a step up in competition, better than Danny Garcia and better than Sean Porter, and he needs to get ready. But knowing in the back of my mind that he has 30 days to do the rematch, I will honestly put my stock in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't feel horrible about the shit. I'd be like, I just look at it like, damn. I mean, because that's my dude. Like, Errol Spence is my favorite fighter. I'm never going to be like down and out about his loss, especially if he ain't. You know what I'm saying? I would probably ride off of his energy. You know what I'm saying? If he cried in the ring after losing, I would probably feel bad. But if he was like, all right, okay, you got that one, better man won tonight, but we're going to do that rematch, bro, I would have the same energy. Like, I would feed off his energy, honestly.
Right. Yeah, I would feel bad
But
for.
honestly,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna trip on him losing. I'm not. Like, it's just it's one loss. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Earl Spence, he don't have no losses. This would be a fight that he waited for, that he wanted to do. He said it's harder to keep making weight and all that stuff. Like, he wanted to do this shit then. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that, he had to wait for it and he didn't fight nobody because he was waiting for it, wanted to be a man of his word, and all this shit happened. He has PTSD. I would just look at it like, you know what I'm saying? It's been a hard time coming for him. You know what I'm saying? And he lost, but Terrence Crawford was the better man tonight, and we'll see about that rematch. That's how my energy would be.
right. The Cali Enigma, my brother in the super chat, salute homie. He says, I like Bo Mac and Derrick James. I like Bud and Earl. I prefer Earl because he's one of the most uncold fighters. He says, I'll be happy either. Yeah, man. That's why I tell people, like, I'm rooting for Earl Spence to win this fight. Because I just like Earl Spence's energy. I like what he stands for and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? More so than Bud, but I still rock with Bud. He's still a brother. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like, Bud ain't. I mean, he ain't. He. Not, I don't hate Bud. Is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be in tears if he beat EJ. You know what I'm saying? But I'm tell you what will make me sad though is if somebody just get their ass whooped from pillar to post. If this not a competitive fight, because I know this fight mean a lot to both guys. They know this is a legacy fight. If EJ come out here and just get destroyed by Bud, yeah, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be like, damn, I'm gonna feel bad for him. Like, it's fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's 4 years waiting on this fucking fight, and then you gotta come out here and get slaughtered. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the Bud fans gonna party that night. They gonna party like nobody's business. And if the same thing with Bud, if EJ just come out here and slaughter Bud, and it ain't even competitive, I'm a low key feel bad for Bud, because what's gonna happen? The difference is Bud fans gonna abandon him. They're not gonna like EJ fans gonna be there. If EJ lose, his fans are gonna be there. They're gonna be disappointed, but they're gonna be there. But Bud fans, them niggas gone. They abandoned him, dude. I'm telling you, if he go out there and get embarrassed, they gonna be on YouTube trying to jump on the streams and jump on the winning side and shit like, yeah, man, y'all was right. I ain't gonna lie, man. Nigga, that fucking gap in his mouth, man. Shit, that's why he lost the fucking fat ass Bomac and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna shit on y'all niggas. If y'all try to throw Bud under the bus after this, I'm not letting you come over here and do it. You better ride with your nigga. Ride with him till the wheels fall off, goddamn it. Fuck all that turncoat shit. I ain't with that shit, man. I can't stand no turncoat. Knock us in the super chat showing love, much appreciation, homie. He says, is the winner of this fight the face of boxing, and what does it do for their overall legacy? Well, the face of boxing, that's the face of boxing is since the Mayweather era, it's going to change. It's going to be interchangeable. Whoever had the latest fight, who represent boxing, who fucking sell the most pay-per-views at that time, that's going to be the face of boxing and shit at that point in time. So I don't know about the face of boxing, but I know one thing: they're going to be undisputed. They're going to be the baddest man at 147. You know what I'm saying? And what it means for their legacy, both of them going to go down as some of the greatest fighters of all time. But the winner of the fight is going to be looked at as better than the other, and ranked higher than the other one on all-time great welterweights, and they're going to be historically a great welterweight, being undisputed. His principalities in the super chat. Salute, homie. Says, which fighter takes the L better? Salute, 78. Which fighter takes the L better? What you think, Ashley?
Spence, because Bud is sensitive as fuck. Bud is sensitive as shit. Charlo said he liked Earl to win. And he did say a lot of shit though. Charlo was funny when he did that. When he did that interview with Brian Custer and shit. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence said that he wanted to Earl Spence. It seems like everybody that Bud knows that says Earl Spence is going to win, he want to fight him. Like, he want to physically fight him. So he's going to take the L very hard if he loses. Very hard.
Right.
He's gonna swear he won every round like Rolly Romero. I won every second of that fight.
I beat that boy. I beat him. Mm-hmm. Let me see what we got here. We got King the Great. King the Great, the notorious Bud fan. Y'all better pray Spence win. King the Great been lurking. He lurking. He just waiting. He waiting, boy. If Bud win that fight, this nigga gonna come out and diss everybody.
If Bud win, he win. It is what it is. He said he gonna come out and diss everybody.
Yeah, he gonna come out. King gonna come out and diss everybody. He gonna do a first video on cam, talking shit. Fuck all y'all niggas, man. I told you niggas, man. They're gonna be pacing back and forth with that stocking cap on. Shit, it's over. Let me see here. The Cali Enigma in the super chat showing love, much appreciation, homie. He said if Earl or Bud lose, at least they lost to one of us. I don't dislike my people. I love us to death. I'm in love with us. Absolutely. That's why, bro. That's why I be on Cali. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, man. That's why I want the Dev versus Tank fight, because if they're gonna lose, I want it to be to one. I don't listen. I'm not gonna cry if Dev lose to Tank or Tank lose to Dev. It's a good fight. It's a necessary fight, and you know what I'm saying. What's gonna piss me off is if motherfucking Tank go out here and lose to some. You know what I'm saying, Julio Iglesias and shit. Like, what the fuck is this shit, Tank? Come on, man.
I'm not gonna like that shit either, yo. I agree with that.
All right, y'all. Salute to everybody in the building. Everybody who came through showing love, man. Ashley, I know you. Oh, you off today, huh? You gotta go to work?
Nah, I'm off. It's Memorial Day.
Okay.
I was gonna plan on making some money doing some other shit today, but it can wait. I got all day.
Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting on my breakfast and shit.
But don't you said somebody come on? Don't KQKC come on after you?
Yeah, KQKC on right now. So before they get up out of here, but Ashley, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me right here on YouTube under Ashley's Corner. My handle right there, my name. I go live every Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I be myself. Come through and check out the chat. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoy it, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I also have the same handle, Ashley's Corner, on Twitter. I'm usually never on Twitter that much, but I do come through to check some stuff out every now and then. And I have a IG. My handle is candid_a.g. And just check me out, yo. I'll be here on YouTube on 78's channel at this time, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Monday to talk this good boxing, man. Come holler at me, yo.
Yes, indeed. Ashley's birthday coming up on June 2nd.
Yeah.
Mine is coming up on the 6th. You know what I'm saying? Gemini gang in this joint. So, you know what I mean? I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll be back with some shorter videos, you know what I'm saying, later on today. But make sure y'all go check out the homie KQKC Boxing coming up next. Go sub to Ashley's Corner. We'll see y'all next Monday. Deuces.
Peace.